You think, huh? Somebody's happy to be out of the office for a little bit. Hey, hi, Glenn. It is a windy day out here on the prairie of Minnesota. Out here on the Hugelkultur. There he goes. Hey, this is part 2 for Hugelkulturs for landscaping. I'm going to show you how we just did the grading, how we placed some of these tree stumps and tree logs and kind of put that, and then at the end we'll show how we covered it all up with some leaves. Make sure you check out part 1. That's going to show you how we put this whole Hugelkultur together underneath there. Thank you for watching. Really do appreciate it. Glenn here at the Gardens of Castle Rock, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you find out and ring that bell so you can find out when we do videos and we share cool things that we're doing here. All right, let's watch that video now.
All right, time to move a little bit of soil. If I called it dirt, I would get in trouble with my soils professor from college, because it's not dirt, it is soil. That's actually a mix of compost and a lot of yard waste. Over the years of landscaping, we would bring everything back and put it into a very large compost pile out back. That's where I'm trucking it from, bringing it in. It's also nice to have 2 skid loader machines, because I can have one out at the compost site loading the truck and one doing the grading here. And one of the big differences that we're going to see when we're doing a Hugelkultur for landscaping versus for gardening or for food production, maybe the size a little bit. The size is going to be one thing. I'm trying to get most of this upwards of 6 feet tall. That's why it's ramped up right in there. That's one part of it. And the other part is I'm going to do a lot more grading with the soil just to make it a little bit more pleasing. My end result for this Hugelkultur for landscaping in this hole is to do a woodland restoration. So to give it a very nice kind of a woodsy look, so it's across from Wedding in the Woods, our wedding site, that it looks like it's naturally always been there. So I'll be hauling a lot of soil in to do the grading. You just saw one of the stumps being placed. That's actually the black walnut stump that we moved in, that we dug up from when we put in the bathroom project here at the Gardens, and that became the mantle and a couple other projects. But more grading coming in here. Recommended in something like this is 12 to 18 inches of soil on top of your Hugelkultur. And as we start to kind of cover it all the way up, you'll see that. Just another great reminder, go make sure you check out part 1, which has, you know, building it, the layering it, and we'll give you all kind of the information in there. This one is really about kind of the grading and getting the aesthetics. A second stump was put in. That's a big, huge white pine. Not from the site, brought that one in from a project in Northfield, hauled that home. More and more landscaping, so I'll be balancing between, you know, moving the soil, bringing it in. Hey, there's a whole tree. That's actually the tree I was sitting on at the beginning of the video. I can't tell you where I got that one, but it is in the Hugelkultur now, and then one more stump was brought up. So I'm putting all of this in, actually day 2. Haul more dirt. I'm only going to do about a third of the Hugelkultur, the third of this whole project in this part of the video. So I'll haul enough soil in to cover up that end and just kind of wrap it all up. This is still more spring of the year, so if you remember from part 1, we built the Hugelkultur in the fall, and then we finished it up in the spring with the rest of the materials, and now we're just finishing the grading in part 2. Last stump getting put in there. It's kind of nice to work around. Actually, those stumps, I think there's critters living in there today, hollow underneath so they can sneak in there. I'm also building some shelves, so there's a couple different areas becoming a woodland restoration. This actually will do a lot of native flowers, but it's also going to get heavy native shrubs and trees to go in there. So I'm building a few shelves in there because I want to get some height to the back. A lot of red oak, a lot of sugar maple, and then gray dogwood, nannyberry, and a handful of things like that. So last stump going in for this part. I will finish up. I can't remember if I haul any more dirt in, but either way, Yep. Hard to believe. More soil. I called it dirt. Oh, just got in trouble. More soil comes in to finish up. And some of those leaves that got dropped off last fall by the Friends crew will get spread on top of this, but not right away. It did get weedy, which is all right. It takes time for all of this stuff to settle in and the Hugelkultur to start doing its thing, breaking things down. So I did, when I was doing the wildflower pollinator garden, I cut all the weeds down again on top of the Hugelkultur, and then that's when we spread the leaves. That's actually going to be coming up in here very shortly. Scraping out the truck on the last load of the day. That's how you can tell, scraping it out. And then just a little bit more grading. Now we're going to fast forward to the fall of the year, or actually I think it was August when I did the seeding for the wildflower pollinator garden. There is I'm going to put a link up there to a whole playlist on doing that. Okay, time to put some mulch down. Mulch is actually the leaves that the friend dropped off last fall or the fall before. Oak leaves, so we're going to get a good 6 to 8 inches of leaves put down this first go around. We'll do a second one in the fall. This is August because we're putting in the pollinator garden, the wildflower garden. We get the whole Hugelkultur covered up. You can see all the stumps and logs that got planted and graded out. We'll get the mulch all put on. We're going to extend the whole planting Hugelkultur a little bit further down, include some more stumps. But this has been the first or second part of Hugelkultur for landscaping. Thanks for watching. Leave me a comment down below if you have any thoughts, ideas, something you want to share. But that's going to do it for now. Take care. Enjoy.